hence why we didn't start on time. However, I'm sure she will join us very soon. So my name is F1 Ponsa, and I am your host. This is Changing the Narrative. If this is your first time joining us, we normally hold these events around scholarships for international students or those looking to study abroad. So today we will be talking about the essays around the scholarship journey. So when you're embarking on this, there's loads of essays that you need to familiarize yourself with. And so today's discussion or event will be mainly about that. So whilst we wait on our guests to join us, we can start with it. I have sort of a general idea on this sort of essays, and so yeah, this is Changing the Narrative. This is the first time that you're joining us. Thank you for joining. We do this once a month, sometimes twice a month, depending on the topics and the sort of questions that I get in my inbox, or questions regarding the posts that I make. That would normally determine what or how many times in a month we do it, but we try to bring this to you once a month, which has been consistent for some time. So yeah, if you're joining us for the first time, this is Changing the Narrative. We're here changing one life, one mindset at a time. And my name is Afua, as previously stated. So yeah. So during your journey on for scholarships, one of the things that sort of catch people is the different sort of essays that you need to write. So we have the statement of purpose, which tends to be the main one most of the time, where people get confused on what it should entail or what you should write. So I've made a post about this before. I think I've made a few posts about it, to be honest, on the various essays that the school itself asks for, and then what the funding or the scholarship that you're trying to um, apply for also ask for. But with all of that, there are some common do's and don'ts. Again, recently I made a post about it, and there are a lot of great people on LinkedIn who do make a lot of posts around these essays, because a lot of the time people tend to confuse what it is that the essay is asking for. However, the main point is for you to read, because whatever that they're asking for, they will tell you, they will let you know what it is that it should entail. So don't go off tangent by talking about everything and not really focusing on what it is that the essay is really asking for. So now, the reason why I invited the guest that I have on is because she's got a company that solely help people with the essay writing, and hence why we invited her to come on board to share her insights on these essay topics. But however, we will still continue to talk about it until she's able to join us. So now, the essay. So we have the personal statement, right? So this personal statement, so sometimes I keep telling people that, in case you're getting confused of what it is that the institution is asking you about, listen to the name of it, right? It says personal. It's a personal statement, something that relates to you as an individual, the person who is applying for either the funding or the scholarship, or even the school or the program that you want to get into. So personal statement. This essay allows you to introduce yourself as an individual. So beyond your grades and your test scores. So it's more or less like, this is me. this is what I'm bringing on board. This is what I've been through. This is what I can bring to the table. So it's more or less you that is writing it. Hello, Eunice.
Hello, Afua. Can you hear me?
Brilliant. Finally, yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So I already, but I was basically just given the general ideas of the common essays that we have. So now that I have you on board, I'll let you do the honors as our guest with a lot of knowledge on the essays. So without wasting much more time, welcome and thank you very much for honoring our invitation to join us on this topic for today, basically giving us tips and ways of writing a lot of these essays out there, especially the personal statements, statement of purpose, being the two main things that a lot of people struggle with. What should I say? So yeah, thank you very much, Eunice, for joining us today. So if you can introduce yourself, who is Eunice? What do you do? And tell us a bit about Novawrites as well, and what Novawrites does, and then we can go into the topic for discussion. Thank you very much.
Okay, and thank you, Afua, and thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure. And first of all, I'd like to say my name is Eunice, and I am the founder of Novawrites Limited. And what we do basically is an educational consultancy and academic writing company. And what we do basically is we assist aspiring international students with all aspects of their education, starting with searching for schools, writing, sending cold emails, writing your statement of purpose, editing your recommendation letter. So it covers everything. So it depends on
Wow.
what the students want. So if the students want us to just write your statement of purpose, then do that. And if you want us to assist you with all aspects of the application, then also do that. So it depends on what you want basically. So that is what Novawrites Limited is all about.
Wow, right. So thank you very much. So, which means if you get in contact with Eunice, she will be able to help you throughout the journey. Because as you heard, she or her company Nova Rights, let me put it that way, and her team can help you look for scholarships, help you write your essays, and and everything else that comes with that journey or that process of looking for opportunities overseas. That's amazing. That's brilliant.
Thank you.
So yeah, kindly get in contact with Eunice on that because I know that journey can be stressful. So if you do get
It's
people that
really
can help you, yeah, if you can get people that can help you out, I always advise people to take the opportunity. So let's go straight into our topic for discussion today. When it comes to these essays that the institution asks, as being in that field and even doing it as a company, being involved, what sort of let's start from the positive side. How what would you advise people? How would you advise people to even tackle it in the first place? What would be your best advice, say, for somebody who's now in that space and has gotten to that bit of the process where they need to write these essays? What is the first thing, or what is the best advice you can give them when they get to that point?
okay. So thank you. And so the best advice I would give to them is like I would just tell them to start on time. Your statement of purpose, your personal statements, your essays, they are a very, very important aspect of the application and should never be taken for granted. I've seen a lot of
Mm,
people that they start writing their personal statements like 2 days to the deadline, which is bad. In this
mm,
process, you rush, you tend to forget something that you're supposed to include. So now,
yeah,
so what I just advise is that you start on time. You start on time, and when you start on time, and you give it to professionals to help you proofread it, or other anyone that you feel is capable enough to proofread your essays for you, then you are good to go. You are good to go. So just ensure that you start on time and include the necessary things. I think we are still going to go into that aspect, so I'm just trying to answer the question you asked me. Yeah, so that's it.
yeah. Yeah, and it's a very good advice because I know a lot of people wait till, like you said, the very last minute, as if it's not important. But the thing is, having a strong statement of purpose or personal statement can help you gain the admission
Exactly.
or can make you lose the admission, because you've done everything, you've got the grades. Some people are like, they just don't understand why they didn't get it. If you don't put a lot of effort into it, chances are you make silly stupid mistakes that will make you, drop in the criteria that they're looking for. If you don't get somebody to proofread it on time and you're just rushing, it can devalue the contents that you've put together, and you might not
Exactly.
even have enough time for you to put the advice that you've been able to, or the feedback that you've been able to gain together. So yeah, that's a great advice. Give yourself time and start on time. Right. So let's go through the various essays. So I know we have the personal statement, which was what I was talking about before
Okay.
you joined us. So today I want us to go on to talk about the personal statement, motivational letter, and statement of purpose, because I know these three are very common. Even if you don't get it with the admission to those schools, a lot of these scholarships would ask for you to write sometimes one, if not all three. So we'll start with personal statement. Can you walk us through what the content should be? For example, how should one tackle it? What should one include?
Okay, okay. So first of all, I would like to start by saying that in this study abroad process, there are basically two types of scholarship. We have the
Mm,
full scholarship and we have the fully funded scholarship. Now, the full scholarship is basically like when you send code emails to a particular school and the lecturer responds and then gives you a go ahead to apply, you apply, then it comes with admission, and then the admission comes with funding. That's a
mm,
full scholarship. Why a fully funded scholarship is basically government scholarship. It covers your visa, it covers your feeding, your accommodation, it covers everything that has to do with the application process. Why the full scholarship itself, you get it. When you get there, you'll be paying you stipends and all, but you'll be responsible for taking yourself there. I don't know
mm.
if you get it. So you'll be responsible
Yes.
for taking yourself there. While the fully funded, the government will be the one to sponsor you. You have
Mhm,
scholarships like the Turkey Larry scholarship, the Commonwealth scholarship. They are fully funded scholarships. So they are two different things. Because sometimes
mhm,
people tend to mix the two. So they are totally different. So when it comes to this fully funded scholarships, you write essays, scholarship essays.
mhm,
For instance, in let's say the UK, when you want to apply for the Commonwealth scholarship, this could be required that you gain admission to a school in the US, in the UK, and after getting the admission, then you apply for the scholarship. Why some schools will tell you that okay, you can get the scholarship, but ensure that you at least you've gotten admission from particular university in the UK. So my point is when you're writing to schools in the UK, you are going to write personal statements. Now, what is a
mhm,
personal statement? Personal statement is just basically, it's about yourself. You're telling the
mhm,
admission committee who you are. But it's more than that. Apart from, for instance, I would advise people that when they want to start their introduction, because some people use this statement ever since I was a child, which is so common now, like so common. So no, no, no. I advise people not to do that. So it's best you start with like let's say you want to study criminology and criminal justice. When you want to write your personal statements, your introduction, I would advise that your introduction should be something that is related to the criminal justice system in your country. So you can start with that, or you can start with a just short statement, probably a statement by a philosopher or someone renowned that has done something related to criminology and criminal justice. Yeah, so you can
mm,
start with introduction. Then after the introduction, then you start with okay, why there are different people that just want to study a particular course because they feel okay, this course is giving me money. I just want to study it. But
mm,
no, when it comes to this admission, these people want to know, they want you to have your genuine reasons why you want to study this course. Why are you passionate about this course? So when your second paragraph, you just basically just try to tell them. why you chose to study this course. There's some people that probably, I know of someone that wanted to study social work, and he told me, okay, the reason I want to study social work is because growing up, growing up, I had issues taking care of my parents, and it's left with their debts, unfortunately. And this experience just inspired me to take care of older
Mm.
people. Yeah, so those are, you can just use that one to just tell them, okay, this is the reason why I decided to choose this course. And there's some cases that the course you studied in your undergraduate program required
Undergrad.
it in your what was studied in your master's program. But it's not an issue as long as you can find an alignment between
Mhm.
why you chose to study this particular course in your master's program, then you're good to go. So now, if I said the introduction should be, first paragraph should be like an introduction, then the second paragraph should tell them, why you chose this particular course, then you should go ahead to tell them about, your research experience, so what you've done related to your field. You can't just say that you want to study a particular course and you've not done something related to it. You
Mm.
should have that experience. Okay, I've done this, I've done that, I have these skills, I have this. You just have to write. You have to write things that are related to what that you've done. But I advise people
Yeah.
not to tell lies, because there's some people that they say, okay, yes, I've not done this, but I'm going to tell lies. No, 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 please. Ensure
Mm.
that, like, if you are still an undergraduate student, I would just advise that you try to gather experiences, gather them, and don't just gather random experiences. Gather experiences that are related to what you want to
Related.
do. Because this would really go a long way. It would really boost your chances of getting admission and scholarship. And that, regardless of as long as you're not applying for all these fully funded scholarships, because most times this fully funded scholarship requires that you get, like, you finish with a 2-1 or a first class.
Mhm.
Yeah, but there are other scholarships that you can apply to with a 2-2, and you are good to go. What you have to do is just package yourself well. In this admission process, you have to package yourself well. There are many things that you might have done that you just feel that, okay, these are not relevant, and you find yourself, and when you start here, when you give it to someone to do it for you, or you make research, you get to know that, okay, these things are very important in your personal statement, and you might not think that they're not important. So when you start with your introduction, you start with your personal statement. The second paragraph, it tells them about why you decided to study this course. Then you should talk about your research experiences, your skills. Then you should talk about why you chose this particular professor or this faculty member. You have to include this in your personal statement, and then you conclude. I will not want to say everything about the whole process, because if you need to if you want to know more, you need any help, you can just message me. Yeah. So that's
Sure, you've said a lot. Like in that question, you've really said a lot, and there are things that you've said that has been constantly been said by a lot of people on LinkedIn, on this platform, on this event platform, and also people that have gone through the process. And there's one thing that you said that resonates with me, and I keep telling people all the time: the fact that you know that you want this means that it is something that you've been thinking of for a very long time. So
exactly.
put in the effort and also align yourself to the cause. Don't just come as like you said, don't go and lie about it, because chances are you will be fine, they will find you out, especially during
Hmm.
the interviewing stage, when
Yeah.
they ask you a question and you're fumbling, you're not able
Hmm.
to really give concrete answers. And they've been doing this for a very long time, so they will know a way to find out or catch you out. So I always tell
Yeah.
people it's not worth it. It's not. And the last thing you want is to be blacklisted on these, because they know, your name is very easy unless you go and change your whole name and everything else. But anyway, that's it.
Yeah.
If yeah, you're in school, this is what you want to do. Even, and the thing is, I keep telling people this. So when I was in, say, senior high school, what I wanted to do was it changed by the time I got to my undergrad, right? They know these things. People change career paths all
Yes.
the time. So if, let's say, the what you want to do during the graduate program, or the graduate program you want to do has got nothing to do with your undergrad, all you have to do is let them know why you now want to change course, or why you're looking to change, um take a different route, for example. And you can give reasons, but you don't have to lie about the reasons, because
Exactly.
again, you just need to back it with evidence. So I know someone who um who decided to do a graduate degree in it was to do with these health stuff, because of a family member who had very severe um illness, right? And that just intrigued them. That just sort of
Mm-hmm.
um, wanted them to get into that field, to be able to, one, learn more and be able to help people, because they saw firsthand what their family member had gone through. And I've seen a few cases on LinkedIn as well, where people have shared reasons why they're into the field that they are in, even though that was never what they wanted to be. So things
Yeah.
change. Life makes us change our minds all the time. So even if
Yeah.
you've not gotten that idea, but you still want to pursue a different one, make it clear to them as to why, and you're good to go. It doesn't always have to. People make this whole thing worse than it should be. The process is already tedious, or can be tedious, but don't add to the stress by, trying to formulate or bring into existence things that doesn't, because these people out there want to give you the scholarship or want to give you the admission. So give them reasons to want to give it to you. Yeah, so yeah,
Yeah.
thank you very much, Eunice, on that eye opener.
You're
So let's
welcome.
let's go to the statement of purpose. I know, again, that is a very common one also, that a lot
Yeah.
of either the program or the scholarship might ask when it comes to the whole journey.
Yeah. Okay. So there are many people. I've seen a lot of people that they tend to mix personal statements with a
With the
statement of
statement of
purpose.
purpose, yes.
Yeah, so they are different actually, but the difference is not that much. So
Mm-hmm.
now, when you're writing your personal statement, you can, go in details about, your the reason you chose a particular course. The personal statement. You're telling them why you chose this course. You're telling them you're going into details of why you chose this particular course or your experiences. But in your statement of purpose, you do not need to go too much into details why
Mm.
you chose a particular course. You can just know in your after you your introduction, then you just give like a brief reason why you particularly choose a particular course, then you just go straight into your research. You're more concerned about your research skills, your experiences, and everything you've done as related to the course. So now the only major difference between a statement of purpose and a personal statement is that you do not just go deeply into your background. Yeah, let me call it your background. Don't just like tell them much story about your background. And in some schools, especially in the UK, in the US rather, there are some schools they do not really some schools will specify that okay, for instance, the University of Michigan Technology, they will tell you okay, write a personal statement, write a statement of purpose, and they're going to
Mm-hmm.
tell you details on what to do, what to write
To
in this
write, yes.
yeah. So for Michigan Technology University, they'll tell you okay, your personal statement should talk about your and they'll say how did you put it? Let me I'm trying to remember if I can still remember what they say. So they'll say write something a particular experience, a particular event that has shaped your life or something like that. They'll tell you okay, this is
Mm.
how your personal statement should go. And then in your first statement of purpose, they'll tell you write tell us why you decided to study this course, the idea behind studying this course, and then the experiences you've gathered and all those stuff. So some schools will specify that you tell them, you give this differentiate between the personal statement and statement of purpose, and they will tell you what to write about it. Why some schools they do not specify. So in that kind of situation, what I advise aspirants most times is that they just combine the personal statement and the statement of purpose. They write their introduction, they give their details, the background, and then they go ahead with their research experience, their skills, and then why they chose the professor, and then they conclude. And why they chose the university, it's important to tell them why you chose the university. If it's possible, you can also tell them, okay, apart from the university itself, I also love the city. To make them understand, okay, you've made research not just on the university, but about on the city also. So if possible, you also include that. So yes, that is it basically. Just it's not the differences are not quite much. So and
Mm.
please don't forget if the schools if they do not specify that you should write a statement of purpose and a personal statement. I just advise that you include both. Please do that. Yeah, and I wanted to say make a particular point. So you made a reference on students that or an aspirant that study something different from study something very different in our undergraduate program, and
Mm-hmm.
she wanted to study something related to health in a master's program. Yeah, so I had a particular client like that. That he studied computer science in his undergraduate program, and then he studied quantities of sorry in his ND. I don't know if national diploma. I don't know if that's what it's called in other countries, but here in Nigeria we call it national diploma. So he studied computer science in his national diploma, and then he studied quantity surveying in his undergraduate program, and then he wanted to study business analytics in his master's program. He said they're quite different. Yeah. Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. When he came to meet me, it was like okay, these are three different courses. How do you go about it? But when I checked the
Mm.
CV, I saw that okay, what the things he had done so far, are really related to business analytics. So we are able to write his personal statement, and then he got admission and funding, and now he's processing his visa. So yeah. So I
Wow.
obviously just have to, yeah, yeah. So the
Yeah.
study abroad process basically is just just start on time. That's it, and then write
Mm-hmm.
your essay well. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this
that's very true.
yeah, yeah. And so the personal statement that's not of purpose, please. Most times if if the schools that will say okay write a personal statement and write a statement of purpose, they're actually going to give you what to write on them, so you're going to know
Yes.
what to do. Yeah. So and when you see that you should be good to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you very much, Eunice, for that insight. And what some people tend to do is they just write a general one without reading the recommendations or what it
That's
is
so
that
bad. Yeah.
the school wants you to write. The thing
Yeah.
is, just because let's say when you're applying to a school in the UK and they just wanted you to write a general one does not mean that still thing that still applies to maybe a university in the US. So
Yeah.
read and read and read, and that's one thing that I know people do not like to do. They just
Mhm.
and sometimes to the say if I've gone through the process, instead of them to go and read and get information for themselves, they will come to me and they want me to tell them exactly what I did. What I might have done for it to work for me might not necessarily work for you, especially if the program is different.
Exactly. Mhm.
So just bear that in mind. We can give you so even on events like this, we can give you general ideas and what you should and shouldn't do and what you should write and what you shouldn't write. But chances are all of these things might not be relevant depending on one the course, the country of studies, or even what they are that school is asking at that particular time of um your application. So let's bear this in mind and let's do our own research. We're here to guide you, but you're also meant to be putting in the work, which I
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
a lot of people do not want to do. It won't
At
help you in
all.
any way. It won't. Like sometimes I get really broad, general questions, and I'm thinking, I can guide you on certain things, but I can't do the whole process for you. You gotta have to apply yourself on it. One so I'll actually use this opportunity to say this. For example, if you're looking for a school, right, for a particular course, go on Google, just type it in. Say, for example, postgraduate courses in management. You will get results. You would get an idea of where to start from. But if you come to my inbox and then you go, or anybody's inbox, for example, because I've seen a lot of people complain about this, can you find me? It's like, no, I can't find you. It's what I do is not my job. I just try to help out. I and that's the truth. I don't mean to be cheeky in any way, but I really cannot. Like, I can't. You have to come with specific questions. For example, I'm trying to look for postgraduates in, let's say, the US. I've seen this and this. Do you have any advice? It's very
Hmm.
specific.
Yeah, yeah.
It's very specific. And with those conversations, I will gladly engage and, talk more. That's not to say I'm being biased, but it's just because the energy that or the time that we have might be very limited because we've all, I mean, Eunice is in uni, right? And you're running this business as well. So if you come with such a broad question and you're not applying yourself, chances are she'll probably lose interest. Not because she doesn't want to help you, but it's because the time is not there and you're also not wanting to apply yourself. So kindly bear it in mind when you want to approach for help or for support. Let me put it that way. Thank you very much, Eunice. So
Welcome.
yeah. So one thing about the statement of purpose is also that it's often required for graduate programs where the essay outlines more or less about your academic interest, your research goals, if you want to go into research, and how that program. Because you see, I always tell people as well, the essay is asking for is in the title, statement of purpose. What is your purpose of coming to study this program? What is your
Exactly.
interest in this program? So as soon as you break it down in these simple terms, it will give you something or a way to start it. And then when you bring it to, anybody to read it, they know that at least you've committed yourself to something. Don't bring a blank page and say, can you write? And I always advise people not to let people write any of these essays for them. Start it. Write what you can, even if it's over the words that you've been asked to. This is why proofreading is there. This is why you get other people to look at it. But at least put yourself out there and try to do it yourself before you ask for the help or support. That's what I wanted to hear. So I wanted to say thank you. So Eunice, one thing, why are these essays crucial? Because again, I think we've mentioned it briefly, but a lot of people leave it the last minute because they don't really
Mhm.
they don't think it's important. But yeah, if you can tell us why these essays are very important, why people should actually pay particular attention to them.
Okay, thank you. So, I know of students, that finished with probably a first class or a
Mm,
2-1, and they're like, okay, my CGPA is very good. I'm good to go. Just let me know, write what I can write, and then submit my application. No, your statements of purpose, your personal statements, they are very, very important aspect of your application. Why? Because number one, they show your writing skills. Number
mm-hmm,
two, they let the admission committee know the reason why you are applying for this course. There are different reasons why people have applied to different courses. So what's your purpose? Just like you mentioned, it's your statement of why are you applying for this course? They make the admission committee also know that you have an idea of what you want to study. Because there are
mm-hmm,
people that
mm-hmm,
just apply. They don't have any idea of why they want to study or what they are studying, what they want to study. So your assessment of purpose to just and enlighten them. Okay, this candidate knows what she wants. This candidate knows what he wants. He knows what he wants to do. In your assessment of purpose, you're also going to include your future ambition. Okay, tell them, okay. So after graduation, this is what I intend to do. So when you write these essays, they will know, okay, apart from the fact that okay, this applicant knows what he wants to do, he also have he has an ambition, what he wants to do after graduation, your post
mm,
graduation plans. Yeah, so it's your statement of purpose, your personal statement to just make they've seen your CV, they've seen your they've seen your CV, they've seen your transcript. Okay, they've seen your recommendation letter. Okay, then with this candidate, does she know what she wants? Does he know what he wants? Does he know what he wants to study, what he's going for, what he intends to do after graduation? How is he going to contribute? How is he going to
mm,
contribute to the country or to his or her country after graduation? The impact is going to make. They cannot just give you funding when you know that this applicant For instance, for scholarships, for admissions that come with scholarships, they will not just want to give an applicant that does not have, not able to contribute greatly to his community after
Yeah.
graduation, or that does not have it, that does not have any impact to make, or that does not even know what he wants to do. You have to give it to an applicant that is ready, willing to learn, and is also ready to make impact and has a very good writing skill. You get, you cannot just, tell, you can't just. That is why some people, some people submit. I've seen a lot of people that submit placing of purpose that just grammatically poor. No, 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 please.
Mm.
Especially you're writing to an English school. You can't just give them let them read essays that will be stressing their brain. Just have to ensure that your essays are you have to ensure that your essays are grammatically correct, please, and are structured well. Justify your essays, make it neat. I've seen essays that they're poorly constructed, they're not properly justified. Please, please, please. Ensure you justify your essays and write them properly. And for me, yes, I understand that they are it's go blank and you don't even have an idea of what you want. So most times what we do in my company is when you come to me first, okay, I need help in writing my statement of
Mm.
purpose, my personal statement. What I do is, I give you a form to fill. Now people that don't even have an idea of how to write their CV, so I
Mm.
send a form for you to fill. You fill the form. The form contains your information. Okay, what so sometimes that you feel that you do not have this particular, you don't have that your plus, you don't have enough experience, and then you do, but you just don't know because you don't know how this application process works. So what I do is I send a form to them, to my clients, and they fill the form. And when they fill the form, they'll be like, okay, I have this experience. I do not know I have them, So I ensure that they
Wow.
fill the form. If possible, they also send me voice notes to explain what they've drawn so far. You might not be able to
Mm.
write it, but I ensure that you are writing. I'm not writing it. I'm writing it for you, but I'm writing it based
You've
on what you.
provided.
Some people that do
Yes.
not know what to work out to yeah. So I do not just send me a message that, oh, Eunice, I want to write this personal statement, help me write it, and I'll just go ahead and start writing it for you. No, that is not it. And before you do that, I'll send you I'll send you a form to fill. We are going to chat, interact. I'll have two different questions that will guide me in writing your personal statement. And when I want to write it
Mm.
for you, I send it to you, proof it's okay. And most times my clients are always happy when I write, oh, this is me, this is what I want, this is who I am. Yeah. So that is how it is, yeah. So yeah,
Wow.
that's
That's amazing. Yeah, because the thing is, even if see the reason why we encourage people to write something is that it's your
mhm.
story. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid or ashamed to write it. It's your journey. Own it. Write it. The only thing that the likes of Eunice or myself or anybody that proofread or want to help you write it is to make you tell it in a grammatical way or in a constructive way, right? But
Mhm.
it's your story. Do not be
Yeah.
ashamed to tell your story and why you actually do um qualify to get this admission or scholarship. Do not be afraid. Own it. It's part of your journey. It's part of your message or whatever it is that you want to tell, a story that you want to tell at the end of the day. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed to do it. So yeah, I'm very glad to hear it. That you actually just don't go ahead because I know a few um consultancy firms out there where some of them do end up writing lies for the candidates,
Mm.
and before you realize they go to the interview and they're all over the place, unless maybe you're also very smart and you've mastered the lies
Yeah,
quite well for
exactly.
you to have passed the interview. But what we're trying to say is don't do it. It could come back and bite you, and you could
Yeah,
lose your scholarship as well if you're found
exactly.
out later on during your education or your program. It does not matter if they've already awarded it to you. They gave it to you and they can't take it back. So be careful.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. You don't want to be that person that gets their scholarship revoked or their admission revoked, right? So let's go through. Let's take some questions or let's go through some of um the comment section to hear what people are saying or what they're asking. So yeah, I'm just going to read a few names. That's because those are the ones that I can see in the comment section. So if I do not mention your name for joining, pardon me, and I do apologize. That's because I can't see who's online. But thank you all for joining. We do appreciate you, and we also hope that you're learning or taking few tips from the discussion. Let's start. Rayhan or Rahan, if I've not mentioned your name, Aisha, if I've not mentioned your first name properly, I really do apologize. Thanks for joining, Prince, Oluwafemi, Ezekiel, Lumba, Isaac Mensa. Yeah, thank you all for joining. So, Rayhan, you said, okay, that was previously. How do I join? I'm sure you're with us now because I can see a lot of your comments. That's because we started late. That's why the link wasn't working. But yeah, thanks for joining. Prince, I'm done writing my statement of purpose, but I need someone to review it for me. Get in contact with either myself or Eunice, and then we can help proofread it for you. Yes, it's good and well done for completing it.
Yeah,
Yes, myself and Eunice, yeah, either of us will be here to proofread it and give constructive feedback.
yeah.
Oluwafemi, awesome. Thank you very much for joining. Ezekiel, hello. Can you help provide link for fully funded scholarship in any Western country? I'm from Liberia. I've made posts about these things. So has Eunice. So check both our pages. Again, this is one of those questions that is not very specific. It's quite broad, and it's a lot for you to ask. So kindly check on our pages, and then you will be able to find. And there are some great people out there on LinkedIn too who continually shares these sort of
Yeah,
opportunities. So look out for those people, follow them, and then some you can find on our links by us liking their post or engaging on their post.
commenting. Yeah,
Yeah, follow them, follow as many as you can, because what one person might share might be different from
different.
what,
Yeah,
yeah, the other. So join us, follow as many people as you can. You're here for the opportunities, and people do share. So do follow such what is it, people or pages. Lubang, great. Can you share with us your contacts? I think I have. I've shared Eunice's link to her page, and if you click on my name as the one that hosted this event, you should be able to go straight or get straight to my page. Isaac, such a nice outfit. Thank you very much. I'm representing the culture. I'm glad you're enjoying the session as well. Please, can you record this live so that I can watch? Yes, it's on our YouTube page, which means you can go back on our YouTube page and and rewatch it, or even on my page as well on LinkedIn. If you go on the event, you can also rewatch a lot of the other events that we've had. I've shared the YouTube channel. Please, if I write an essay, can I send it to you? We've already answered that. Yes, of course you can. Get in contact with us, myself or Eunice, and we will be happy to review essays as well. And Eunice, take this opportunity also to talk more about Novawrites. Explain again, in case someone has just joined us. Explain again what you do, and what it's all about.
Oh, okay, thank you, Aqua. And okay, just like I said earlier, I said Novawrites Limited is the registered company first of all, and it's an academic writing and educational consultancy. And what we do here is we, assist aspiring students with their application, starting from searching for schools. Most times we search for the maximum number of schools we search for students is, five schools. Rather, so we
Mm,
search for schools for them, and if we assist them with all aspects of the application, including say writing your personal statement, writing your statement of purpose, sending cold emails to professors. We also
mm,
help you with your recommendation letters, because there's some lecturers that especially in Africa, some lecturers will take time to write your recommendation letters. So
mm-hmm.
what we can do is just give us information about the lecturer and what you've done, or probably what you feel you've done in the lecturer's class that is commendable. We will also ask you some questions, and then we help you to draft your recommendation letter. but you have to send it to your lecturer to, as agree to, okay, to sign and to put your letterhead. Yeah. So we
Mhm.
help you with that, and we also help with your CV. Yeah, your CV is very important. We help with your academic CV also.
Academic
Yeah,
CV, yes.
because a professional CV is very from academic one. Some people that tend to
Yeah.
submit their professional CV, no, it's totally different from academics. Academic CV. Academic CV should be tailored, to align with what you want to study and your experience so far. Yeah. So that's an academic CV, different from a professional CV. So we have for that. And there are some students that you do not, probably they are too busy with work and they'll be thinking of ways to combine searching for schools, applying to doing their daily activities. So we take it upon ourselves to help you with this application. But first of all, we are going to create an email. You have access to it. We have access to it, and you follow. We send messages to you. Okay, this is where we have your application. This is what we are doing. This is what you should do. We assist to generate. Just make it easy for you, so that you can
Mm.
balance your scholarship with your daily work and daily duties. So to make it less
Wow.
tedious for you, yeah, that is what we do.
That's an impressive commitment, because a
Thank
lot
you.
of the time, yeah, this is the first I've heard of the combined emails where you're both in the known. Because
Mm.
normally the consultant would just do everything, and then you would then be coming to them with whatever that you receive. So yeah, it's great that you have a shared one, so that you also help keep on top of it. So yeah,
Exactly.
if you're going through the journey and you need support, as Eunice has said, get in contact with with her and her team in Novo Rights to take you through. It sounds like the whole process, because yeah, writing code emails, sometimes people get it wrong as well. Professional
Exactly.
and academic.
Let
I
me
mean,
see this.
sometimes, yeah, these the reason why we do this every month is that the whole process is different, and everything involved in it you can get it wrong, and you might, it could make you lose opportunities. So that's why we do what
Exactly.
we do, to help you, and also to be able to um talk about the common mishaps so that you can avoid it as well. There was the time someone asked, what's the difference between academic essay, not academic essay, academic CV and a professional CV? And then again, I always go to people with the title academic,
Mm-hmm.
professional. Academic, what have you achieved in your academic journey? Have you been to
Mm-hmm.
any conferences that is part of your academic? Like, it's in the name, just like on your professional CV, you did whatever. Your is the same. Like, is yeah. Normally, don't complicate things. Try and understand what the title or the name of the document is, and that will give you an idea what is being asked. However, if you don't know, you don't know. That's why the likes of Eunice and all these great people on LinkedIn that share opportunities and tips are there for. If you're not sure, do ask. However, be very specific with your answers, because these are very busy people. And going with a general answer, sometimes you end up either being ignored, which can be quite harsh, but it's just because
Yeah.
everyone is busy, and they would rather have specific questions so they can give you straight away the answer instead of such a broad one. Right. So let's go to the do's and don'ts. What should people do when they are writing their essays? And then, because I mean, being in having a company that deals with this, what have you seen people do well, or what would you say people should keep at it with a good essay? And then we come to the don'ts of essays when writing these essays. So let's start with the do's first.
Okay, thank you. And so for your personal statement or your essay in general, what would the do's is that number one, start with a very good introduction. So your introduction would capture the heart of the admission committee.
Mm-hmm.
To make them understand that okay, you know what you are doing. So please stop the ever since I was a child. it is becoming too general. Yeah. So please, you can use a captured introduction that has to be something you something related to. For instance, let's say you want to talk about public health, you can talk about you can use an introduction that's related to public health issues in your country.
Mm,
Yeah, you can do that, and you can also you can talk about something that a philosopher or someone renowned has said concerning public health. And just use that and start your introduction. Also, please tell them, talk about why you chose to study a particular course you want to study. Also, include your research skills, your research experience. And if you are into this administrative course, you can include your teaching experience, or but you can even include community services, what you've done.
mm,
Because there are some people that they've done a lot of community services, gathered a lot of certificates. All those things, include them in your statement of purpose to make them know that okay, you've done a lot. You're a
mm,
very good candidate. Tell them the research, the professors you would love to work with. If you have a particular, that's why I say before you start your application, please go to this website, check the professors, read about the department, read about the school. So when you're writing, tell okay, this my research interest align with this particular professor. I would love to work under him. After that, you please include why you chose a particular school, why you chose this school, why you chose the school, why you chose the country, if possible. But most times I would just say, tell them why you chose the school. Okay, I'm choosing a particular. There are many schools. They want to know why you particularly chose their school.
mm,
Why is their school standing out in your search? So that's why I advise people not to send generic personal statements. Send the personal statement that is in line with the school. So tell them why you chose the school and what you want to do after graduation. If you want to work in an NGO, or you want to proceed to do a PhD, you want to go into
mm,
academia, just let them know. And then also include your conclude. Okay, this is my conclusion. Don't just say
mm.
yeah, I'll talk about it in the into don't, but yeah. So just conclude, give a very good conclusion. Yeah. So that's it.
Nice. And then the
And
don't.
okay, so for the don't, it is very funny, but I've seen a particular personal statement that started with my name is blah Eunice blah 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 blah. Like, okay, this is not how to write a personal statement. Please, when I say give an introduction. I do not mean introduce yourself. My name is, I belong to the family of, we are five in my family, we are seven. No, please
Wow. I'm
please
yet to
don't.
come across that.
I've seen a lot. Please don't do that. Please. And don't include things that are not relevant to your
Relevant.
please don't include things like okay, I went to this particular place, and please just ensure that whatever you're writing, the admission committee will get bored. They review lots of essays. It's not just your own. So you have to
Mm,
ensure that your personal statements, your statement of purpose, they stand out. You will only include things that are relevant to your field. Please, and please ensure you do that. And I also see some people that at the end of their essay they will write, thank you, or I hope to get admission, I hope you admit me, and all those stuff. Please admit me, something like that. You don't need to beg them to admit you. When they see that you are a very good candidate and your personal statement and everything is standard, they want to get you. They want to admit this
mm,
student. So you don't need to beg them or do this self pity. No. Please. Just ensure you write your essay. Make everything and justify your essay, your personal statement. Justify. And you don't misuse the fonts. Use Times New Roman for this one. Use another font for the other part of your
mm,
personal statement. So ensure you use, if it's 1.2, when 1.5 spacing or one spacing, just ensure that it aligns with everything. Make sure it's really structured. Don't we are PhD master students. Please let us ensure that our essays are properly structured. Yeah. So that is
yeah.
it.
Wow. Amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eunice. And thank you all for joining as well. I think we've run into the hour. Time flies so fast. It's almost like it's
Seriously.
already, yeah, it's already an hour already. So yeah, we are going to wrap up so we don't take too much of your time. Again, if if you have any questions, specific questions, I cannot stretch this enough. Be specific. That would then let us know how to help you, right? And a lot of the time, especially with myself, there's certain things I know I personally I'm not good at. So I will try and signpost you to somebody who
Mhm.
I know will be of great help. So then if you don't come to me with specific questions, I would not know how I'm going to be able to help you. Because the thing is, I'm also learning, and a lot of the opportunities I share, I actually go and look for them. So, and I'm not looking for scholarship. So if I'm doing this, you that is looking for
Mhm.
scholarship, I don't know why you're not search. It's as simple as going on Google and putting in key search words, and you it will amaze you the kind of things that it will come up with.
Yeah.
So please, let's not be lazy. Let's try and apply ourselves in this process and enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. It's part of it. Enjoy the process. It's part of it. Because some of the things that you do come across with or you find challenging during this process, chances are you go and meet it during the actual academic program. Because when you're doing your statement of purpose and stuff, as we've already talked about, it will help you construct your sentences properly because you're going into um a graduate environment. You would be needed to write loads of essays with or do research and come up with reports. So writing your own essay is a way of learning how to write. The
Mhm.
research part of it, when you have to research schools, read about the funding that it is you're applying for, the schools that you're applying for, it's enhancing your research background because you're doing a research on these things that it is or these schools or funding that you're looking for. So it would help you. It won't help us here, it would help you, the applicant. So please do apply yourself in the journey. Do not leave it on those that are trying to help you find it. It's all good if it is handed to you, but chances are when you start your program, you would wish you had enjoyed some of these you'd have taken part or taken serious some of these processes. So yeah. So Eunice, give us your final words, and if anybody wants to contact you, how do so give us your final words first, and then if anybody wants to contact you, how did they get involved, or how do they reach you?
Okay. So I'll just leave with this. The study abroad process is, it can be it can be very difficult, especially when you do not have an idea about how to go about it and all those stuff.
Mm,
So I advise most people to start on time. So now we are still in July. Most of the applications, especially in the US, they open around September. So we are
mm-hmm,
still in July. If you are going for a research course, I advise that you start sending cold emails. Start searching for schools first of all. After you've gotten the schools that that you are interested in, send inquiry emails to these schools. Okay, so this is me. Does the school accept this? Can I apply with this CDPA? Are funding available? For students that that really want funding, ask all these questions so that you won't waste your time. I've seen a lot of people that they just go ahead and apply and they see themselves, they don't get funding, they get admission and they be like, what's going on? I did not get that, I did not get funding, what's going on? They will know that if a particular course, fundings are not available in this department. These schools,
mm,
yeah, so you have to just ask questions. Please ask questions, and once you've gotten a response from these schools, send cold emails to the professors that your research interest align with them, and when they give you a go ahead to apply, you know then okay, what's next is to start my personal statement. So you start a personal statement so that once it's September, you send your application on time
mm-hmm.
because it will really help you. Once you get your admission and scholarship, you can start your visa process very fast. Nothing will delay you. And sometimes, and
Yeah.
once you apply on time, so you're able to get the funding because there are limited funding available. Some departments will make you understand that limited funding is available in this department. So it's better you apply on time before others apply before you, and then you now apply. Let's say the application opens in around September, then you start applying in May. and
Mm,
you get admission, you don't get funding, and like, what is going on? I did not get funding. You can't get funding if you apply late, oh, please. So please ensure you apply on time. Please apply on time. And so regarding how you can contact me, you can send me a DM on LinkedIn. I respond to my messages very. I might not respond immediately, but at least a day after or 2 days I'll respond. Yeah. So that's
mm. Wow, that's amazing. Thank you very much, and thank you for joining as well. Um, all that those that have asked the questions, I hope it's been answered. It's been very informative. I don't know about you, I've learned a lot, and every time I get I sit with a speaker on scholarship. I'm always learning new things, like so the learning process, it's ongoing. You cannot know it all, and keep attending these sort of free events. I can if you're actually interested in climate studies, one of my connections have started exploring scholarship opportunities for climate studies, so it's live now. Paul Oleni is live now with that. So you see, just follow a lot of these people on LinkedIn, and you'll be amazed the kind of opportunities that you can find. So do not hesitate to follow and find the right people when it comes to finding the scholarship process. And people share opportunities all the time, so look for them. Comment on their post, ask specific questions. And a lot of people, regardless of how busy they are, I've seen a lot of people coming to respond to specific questions. So do well to do your part, and then the rest will follow. So do not hesitate to do this. Um, okay, Rehan, I will share the link. I'm not the one hosting it. It's just one of my connections. So I will share the link with you, and then you can join. Yes, so also this is changing the narrative. My name is Efwa, and I do this once a month, or depending on the kind of questions that I get in my inbox, I try to find the right guests to come on board and share their insights. And I was getting a lot of SOP. I think it's because it's that time where people are applying, hence why I was getting a lot of those questions. So
yeah,
yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. So I decided to reach out to Eunice, and then we can host this together. So yes, again, good luck to every one of you. Enjoy the process. One no shouldn't put you down. Try and take yourself away from the process as much as you can. What I mean is, if you do get a no, or unfortunately you're not successful, it is not you as the individual that is bad. Your application might not have made the cut because maybe people or others, it was a tight application process that year, and they've so there's some great candidates out there. Not that you're not great, but it's just that your application at that time just did not meet the cut, not you as an individual. So do not be all sad and go into
I'll give
depression.
up.
Exactly, go into depression and give up on it on yourself. Please don't do that. Again, it's part of the process, and try and find yourself in um, the around the right environment and around the right people that can uplift your spirit and will keep you going. LinkedIn has got a great support system. Try and find yourself
Yeah.
around those people or such the community, and then you'll be good to go. I've shared the climate change opportunities, the scholarship event right now on the comment section. So please do attend these events. You never know where your answers are going to come from, so far as you're in the process of looking for these opportunities. And it's also a way of networking. These events are a great way to network, and follow the right people, because those that host the events and the speakers are always sharing these opportunities, or they've even been through the process themselves, so they have they come with a good knowledge around these things. So yeah, without wasting much more time, thank you very much. Thank you very much, Eunice, for honoring our invitation to come and have this conversation with us. To all of you
You're welcome.
again, our listeners, thank you. Check the YouTube page for a rewatch, or my page for the previous events, and it would help you in a lot. So keep up with your dreams. Do not give up. And yeah, we're always here to help you out. So thank you, and have a good evening, and or good morning, or good afternoon, or good day, depending on where you are in the world. Enjoy your weekend. Monday it will be approaching soon, so do not waste any time. Relax, and also keep working on your dreams. It's bye for now.
Yeah,
Thank you all so much.
yeah. Bye, Afua.